When you buy a luxury bag, you're not just paying for a name, you're paying for the leather and materials as well. Where did that material and leather actually come from, and who controls it? Let's look at two brands that answer that question very differently, Hermes and The Row. We'll start with Hermes because Hermes owns the supply chain. Most luxury houses buy their leather from independent tanneries. Hermes increasingly buys the tanneries. In 2013, its leather division acquired Tannerie Danone, a French calfskin tannery famous for developing box calf, the smooth, glossy leather used in dress shoes for over a century. 2 years later, in 2015, it bought Tannerie de Prix, another reference house for high-end calfskin. Hermes now owns several tanneries outright. Why does that matter? Because it means Hermes controls quality from the hide up. When you hear those names, Togo, Clemence, Epsom, box calf, they're specific, distinct leathers. Togo and Clemence are natural-grained calf leathers, prized because the texture hides scratches and ages well. Epsom is different. Its grain is embossed, pressed into the leather, which makes it more rigid and helps a structured bag hold its shape. The house effectively matches the leather to the design. Then there's the construction. A Birkin or a Kelly is built start to finish by a single artisan. One person, one bag, using a saddle stitch, the same two-needle technique Hermes has used since its origins making horse harnesses. Reported build times vary by model and source, generally cited in the range of roughly 15 to 40 hours. That's the reason these bags hold their value the way they do. Now, The Row. The Row, founded by Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, plays a completely different game, and it's worth understanding honestly. The brand built its reputation on quiet luxury. No logo, minimalist design, and small production runs. Their bags, like the Margot, are made in Italy, the heartland of luxury leather goods, in workshops known for fine craftsmanship. The most common materials are leather and suede, often grained calfskin, with details like hand-painted edges and a leather lining. The Margot has been marketed in a way that invites comparison to the Hermes Birkin, and that comparison is where opinions split. The Rose bags are genuinely well made, with clean, consistent stitching and a beautiful minimalist finish. But independent leather reviewers have pushed back on the idea that the leather itself rivals Hermes at that price point. Some note the calfskin can feel lighter or thinner than you'd expect. And unlike Hermes, the Row doesn't own its own tanneries or hand build each bag with a single artisan. Much of the stitching is precise machine work. There are two different value propositions. Hermes is selling vertical control, hand construction, and decades of leather science, and charging accordingly. The Row is selling restraint, scarcity, and Italian craftsmanship without a logo. Knowing the difference is what makes you a smart buyer instead of a hype buyer.